Welcome everybody to another episode of HomeKit Insider. This episode is brought to you by babies. If you want something soft and squishy but loud and sticky, get a baby. And if anyone is watching, and on the video side, not only is my amazing wife joining me, but our new baby Harrison decided he did not want to sleep at all and wants to hear. So you may hear cooing. That's not me. It's not Faith. It's not our dogs. It's Harrison.
Yes.
So, yeah.
You didn't want to miss out on the action?
Clearly, because it's, as always, it's a very exciting episode of HomeKit Insider. And we have fun stuff to talk about. First up, we have sales. Because who doesn't like a good sale? As we're getting into the holidays, right? And we have Matt Corey is a developer who's followed the show for a long time, and he has two great apps on the App Store. Well, I guess there's a couple in here because he has a couple, whether Mac or iPhone and stuff. But he creates the Signals app as well as Follow the Sun. So we play with these a little bit here in the house, right? So there's the Signals app allows you to like flash the lights in a certain room, and you can set up automations, and there's like a Mac version and all sorts of cool stuff to basically automate the lights in your home to like flash at people. So if you need to get somebody's attention for whatever reason it could be, you can flash the lights. It makes it really easy instead of just tapping a button in the home app repeatedly. This makes it a little easier to do. And he also has Follow the Sun. So adaptive lighting in HomeKit is the feature where your lights, if they support adaptive lighting, can change their color temperature based on the time of day. So you wake up in the morning, really warm light coming out of your light bulbs, and then in the middle of the day, promoting focus, it's switching to a more cooler blue temperature, and then into the evening, back with the warm lights. And using Follow the Sun, this app can actually automate that for lights that don't support it natively. So that's a really handy little thing. What do you think of these apps?
I think that I'm a big component on the lighting. Sorry, he's fussing a little bit here. Because I don't like to have a lot of lights on in the house. We all know this. I like the natural lights and everything, but when our sports teams like the baseball team or football, I like to change the lights to the colors of them. Sorry, I'm trying really hard here. And also, I think it'd be kind of cool for people that are hard of hearing to use this app
especially Signals, being able to get attention and stuff like that. So all of these on sale. We've got like 40% off Signals Plus in-app purchase, going from $4.99 to $2.99. Signals Automate in-app purchase on the Mac, $8.99 to $4.99, 45% off. Automate Plus in-app purchase on the Mac, $12.99 to $6.99, about 46% off there. Then Follow the Sun lifetime in-app purchase, $17.99 down to $12.99, almost 30% off there. So some nice discounts if you've been waiting to pick these up, because they have been around a little while. But some good deals for a Black Friday, Cyber Monday type situations.
Yeah, I can't believe that's happening already.
That is already happening. Like, we're going to air this after that, like, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Or this will be right before. This will be the last one, and then the next one will be after Thanksgiving and everything.
See, it doesn't even feel like it.
Yeah. And then we have another guest here who's just walking through this set. But perfect time for the next new product here. This has been available in China for like a year. But Aqara, our friends at Aqara, have a new pet feeder, the Aqara Pet Feeder C1. New smart pet feeder, can connect to their hubs, and you can help feed your pets. We do use these.
We use these a lot, yes.
Yeah, and we don't have the Aqara one downstairs, do we? Because I just bought a cheap one off of Amazon for like $20.
Yes.
Not a good purchase?
No. Our one dog likes to unplug it and take the top off of the container and just eat through the cat food. Basically like the whole container. He'll
Pretty
eat
much
through. And then he'll look at you like, I know I did something wrong, but don't be mad at me.
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
And our cat, I'm again talking about the one that we have now. Our cat is like literally the Fonzie, and he will just bump up to it and like elbow it and dispense food himself. And
it's hilarious.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It is.
But it's not great if you're trying to regulate what your pets eat.
Right.
So maybe a bad option. The Aqara C1 is now launching internationally. It works with dry food, has a stainless steel bowl. There's a plastic tray that goes underneath of it. It can run on a power cord. That's included. Or you can run it with 3D batteries, which is kind of nice if you worry about power outages.
Which, yes, happens here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely ideal. It's on the smaller side, so it's ideal for smaller dogs to cats, I would say. Mosby here, not going to work out. Not going to be for you, buddy. But it does work with Siri shortcuts, which is also cool. Because then you can just ask Siri to feed the pets. Mm-hmm. Somebody likes to feed them a lot. So
just treats here and there.
Just treats here and there.
Somebody's got to spoil him.
Yeah, uh-huh. Harrison's already going to pick his favorite over here. Well, we have more news. More new products. Maris, we've talked about them quite a few times on the show. Maris has a new smart plug available. So this one is unique. So it's up for pre-order right now, but this is like one of the first Matter products that's actually available to order. Faith, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Matter at this point.
I am, and I'm changing it for Steven, if he wants me to change it. I like to say we believe it because we see it.
Yeah, it's basically here now.
Yes.
Maris is one of the first and only products you can actually order that's coming like natively supporting Matter. Not a firmware update or anything like that to existing products like Eve and Hue and all that. No, first dedicated Matter smart plug. I know smart plugs are a little boring, but they're still at least like useful things to have in the house, and I feel like most smart homes still use these.
I like it for especially coming up for like the holidays. We have a Christmas tree up. I love waking up to it in the morning because I wake up before the sun rises, and just having the Christmas tree on, just automatically, I just like to have it on. So
yeah, and any other
really
lights?
Nice to have.
I mean, putting them like around your windows from the inside,
right.
Or if you like the little string lights, little twinkly fairy lights that you like put in like the snow, in like a village situation, you could.
Oh, we have one of those.
Yeah, attach it to something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could go for the new Hue ones that are very expensive, or use your existing ones with a smart plug. It's an option. More news. Still more news. A lot of news actually this week. So, HOOBS, we've talked about them on the show, and they are coming out with a new hub. It's the HOOBS Pro hub. HOOBS stands for Home Bridge out of the box. And Home Bridge is a way to take things that are not certified with HomeKit, kind of tying into their credentials and exposing them inside of the HomeKit or the Home app. So you can use non-HomeKit products with HomeKit. We've done this for a while. We ran HomeBridge on a Raspberry Pi, and you could do it manually, but you could get a HOOBS setup, which was just packaged, ready to go, plug it in, and you're pretty much set other than installing any plugins you want to use. So this new HOOBS Pro hub is actually going to work with Matter. It's going to be Matter certified, a little bit official from them versus the just kind of skirting around HomeKit certs.
Massaging it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is going to be similar to the Homey Pro hub that we talked about on a previous episode. This thing is equipped with so much stuff, Faith. We've got Bluetooth 5. We've got Wi-Fi, and that's 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz bands, not just 2.4. It's got Thread, including acting as a border router, I believe for HomeKit, which would make it only Nano Leaf lights from the panels behind us, and Apple's HomePod Mini and Apple TV are border routers. So like a border router, we'll have Matter support, Zigbee 3.0. It's got 2 USB 3.1 ports. I believe those are A, USB-C port for power, and then a gigabit Ethernet port, which is a lot of things on here.
Okay,
and there's a button.
There?
They call it what do they call that? A tactile button. Tactile button. A physical. It's a button. Big news, guys. So this is still going to be part of the manual process, but it's going to make this stuff more official. So if you had this before, or if you have this now, and you add a product to it, it'll then work through Matter and then HomeKit. So things that you can hook up to this would then appear kind of more natively in the HomeKit thanks to that Matter cert. So these are going to be up for pre-order. $3.99 during the pre-order phase right now. When they launch in March, going up to $4.99. So not cheap.
No.
Yeah, but okay. How worth it is it for you, Faith? Because we were using this. The big ones that we used it for was like the Dyson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they have the Smart Link stuff, but it's not HomeKit.
Right.
So this allows it to work with HomeKit. Is it worth $3.99? Am I buying one of these? Should I pull a Steven and pre-order this right now on the show? Or
I'm always afraid to answer that because I never know.
I mean, it is cheaper than when it launches. So
it's true. I know, because if you're gonna buy it, you might as well buy it on sale.
We're saving money, basically.
Right. It practically pays for itself.
Practically. No longer do you have to use the Dyson app. A lot of Xiaomi stuff works. Because that's the other thing is HomeKit has like a lot of those categories where you don't have a lot of products for it. Because like we were looking for humidifiers and dehumidifiers.
Oh yes, that was a big search for us.
Yeah, and there's almost nothing really around that works well.
No.
But Xiaomi has some really nice ones, and you can just connect it to a HOOBS setup or the HOOBS Pro and get it to work in HomeKit. So I don't know. It's really expensive.
It's tough.
Yeah, but a lot of these all-in-one solutions are. That Homey Pro is still hundreds of dollars too.
Right.
So I don't know. At least it's an option for anyone who wants it. I mean, then and then your Zigbee stuff's going to work too. So any Zigbee stuff you got, connect to this, and it'll work in HomeKit. So we'll see. Okay, last new product to talk about on the show: Sleek Point Innovations. Faith, you're I assume very familiar with that brand.
Not with that brand, but I do know we like our door, our smart locks, I should say.
Oh my gosh, we have tried.
We've tried so many
smart locks. But yeah, so Sleek Point Innovations, for people who don't know, actually is the parent company. It's a newer company, and they've created smaller brands that are focusing on different home verticals. So the first one, they came out with that the Air Versa, and it's the Purell air purifier, and it's the first one that works with thread. You like thread. And now they have a new like security brand called Holomark, and they've created their first door lock that works with thread and HomeKit. And this is different. We don't have one of these yet. This is it's very, very different. This is not a deadbolt door lock. This is one for like latches. So like your standard interior doors.
Okay.
Use this instead.
Yeah.
So you could use this, home office. You could use this for
closet.
Yeah, a closet that you have like a safe or something in. Garage door, I think would be useful. Not the open and close one, but the
side.
Yeah, like the side one that wouldn't necessarily have a deadbolt attached to it. You can use this. So it does have thread support. There's no home key support, which I'm going to come back to. I'm going to ask you about that. Interior doors, it comes in space gray, matte black, and gold. Has a built-in keypad on it, can store up to 50 passcodes, and they also told us that it's likely going to support Matter, though they haven't given us a firm time frame on this. So first, I want to ask Faith, what you think of the design of this. Describe the design. Paint us a word picture of what this kind of looks like.
So it's round. And it kind of reminds me of, for those of you who know what a rotary phone is, it looks like that. So the numbers are all around the circle there, and it has the key insert in the middle. It's very like chic, like it looks very chic, very nice.
Yeah, and this like replaces the doorknob. So if you have like a standard latch door, this is replacing the doorknob.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you still twist it.
I believe
like you're opening it. Oh.
I believe so. I believe you twist this to open it.
Okay,
is what
so
I
like
believe
a
is going on.
rotary phone. That's fun.
Yes, exactly. Do you think it's like? It reminds me a little bit of the August, right? The previous lock that we had.
I can see that. Yeah.
And the thing we ran into, how many times did people like try to leave our house, but for some reason didn't there's a normal doorknob on our door, like a normal handle, and yet people were like grabbing at the August like it was going to do something, and it just seemed to confuse people. If I put that on a door, would you just like instinctually know what to do? Would your mom be confused on
100%? Just because it's something different. I don't know what I would do, because my mind did not go to that it was a knob. But also I don't see like the full door either.
That's true. I mean, maybe that's on no, it's gotta be the outside because it got the keyhole.
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. It's definitely, I like that it's different and not your normal, like, smart lock.
Yeah. We'll try it out. We'll try it out. I wanted to ask you about HomeKey, because this is fairly new for us. So HomeKey is that specially fun thing where you can like double tap the button or just hold your phone up to the door and you have the key there. Just hold your watch up to get in. What have you thought of this? Because this is a big new feature that people have been excited about.
Well, at first when we were coming in the other day and you're like, just hold your watch up to the door, I'm like, what? It's freezing out. It's snowing. It's so cold. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I think once I get used to it, I think I would like that, especially if we're like holding a whole bunch of things or someone. It definitely will come in handy.
And I think what's like, because we would usually have it set up to automatically unlock, but there are times where that Bluetooth connection like takes a hot second.
Yes. And that second feels like forever.
Forever.
When it's winter here.
Yeah, it's been like 18 degrees without the wind chill just today.
Yeah, it's been so cold.
It's been gnarly. So the fact that you can just like, hold a bebe or groceries and just walk up to your door, you kind of got your stuff and you can just like lean forward and touch it with your watch.
Yes.
Don't have to authenticate anything and you're just in. It's really cool.
I think once I get used to that, I think I'm gonna really like that. But you kind of forget because it is new for us.
Yeah, I know. So I still try to
a little bit more.
I still try to almost open the Level app sometime or the Home app to manually do it, and that always like, oh, I don't need to do that. Just tap it and we're good to go.
Right.
It makes me though sad we don't have this on the car, because that Apple has it for the car. It's called Car Key. And it does the same exact thing, because I just got a new car, and it's like, wow, that would be really awesome now that you see how easy it is to gain access to your house. Imagine just going up to your car and similarly just never having to have a key, just tap your watch as you're entering, and you're in your car, it starts and authenticates. It'd be so cool. It's kind of a bummer that stuff like that has taken so long to catch on.
Especially newer cars, too. You think that would kind of be a standard thing now, but
at some point.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. Well, so last little bit of news. This is kind of, before we get into this, we want to touch on iOS 16.2. Real quick, we're going to get to that. But before we do, we got some sponsors to thank, other than babies. We also have to thank our sponsor for this video, Collide. Collide has sponsored us before, and we are so glad they are still here. Harrison loves them. Everyone loves Collide for your organization's security. So the challenge with endpoint security has always been that it's difficult to scale, and when remote work took over, that challenge got exponentially harder. You need visibility in that fleet of devices in order to meet security goals and reduce service desk tickets. It makes you so sad that you just want to cry, right, Harrison? All those security issues. So how do you get that visibility with different parts of the company running Mac, Windows, and Linux? You get Collide. That's what you do. Collide with a K. Collide is endpoint security that gives IT teams a single dashboard for all devices, regardless of their operating system. It gives you real-time access to your fleet's data and can do things that traditional MDMs cannot. And instead of installing intrusive agents or locking down devices that your employees will certainly hate, Collide takes a user-focused approach that communicates security recommendations to your employees directly on Slack, the program that you guys are already using. You can put all of your information there. It'll answer questions about your fleet without intruding on your workforce. Visit collide.com/HomeKit to find out how. And Faith, this is the best part. If you follow that link and you go, not only will you get a free trial, but they will give you a free goodie bag just for trying it out. Free swag. Free
I love this.
swag. Yeah. So that's KOLIDE.com/HomeKit to try it out for yourself and get your free goodie bag. Thank you again to Collide for sponsoring this episode. So we had some people reaching out because iOS 16.2 brings this all new HomeKit architecture. It's weird. It's a thing. And it was causing some issues for people. And people were asking if it had been resolved for us. What did it do for us, Faith? What happened when we installed that update on all of our devices?
We could not get into our home app.
Yep.
It kicked us out.
Mine still showed the home, but Faith had no access to anything in the home.
Nope.
She was on 16.2. Everything was correct.
I actually updated it.
Yeah, she did.
I did. I listened and I updated it. And every time I went to the home app, I'm like, oh. And they had to tell you to.
Yeah, and then she would try to use Siri on her devices, and she'd be like, hey, do this. And it didn't work because, Siri just timed through the home app, and it couldn't communicate. So
yes.
It's been a thing. But the good news is, I don't know if it's been one of the subsequent betas or just kinks got worked out behind the scenes or anything, but it's fixed again, right?
Yeah, everything came back. I'm a camera watcher. So like in the middle of the night, if I hear something, I will pull up every single camera, and I wasn't able to do that.
Yeah.
I couldn't be a creeper at our own house.
She could not creep on our own house.
Yes.
But just very glad that this is kind of fixed. This is why we said don't update to this beta unless you need to, unless you're doing it for your job to report back to all of you. But iOS 16.2 should be released fairly soon. We did get new updates with iOS 16.1. Like Apple just released the new emergency SOS via satellite for iPhone 14 users, but we're still waiting for things like the new savings account for Apple Card users, and we're waiting for the new home key sharing. That was supposed to be a thing in 16.1. Apple even confirmed it, and yet it never showed up. So there's some sort of server-side change that needs to happen, and Apple hasn't done that yet. And it's not in 16.2 either, so we're still waiting on that one. But we should see some new software updates fairly soon. So one last sponsorship here. Again, thank you to everyone who makes this podcast possible. This podcast brought to you by Podcast. Like a thing, but want to listen? Podcasts. That's not true. Podcast doesn't make money. It's amazing sponsors like ZocDoc. The doc you got. That's not really their tagline, but we're going with it. This, I think, it really makes sense for us, Faith, that we have this new little one here. And whenever you have something, it is so hard to find a doctor that is available. That is like this.
Especially now.
Yeah, and if you have a specialty doctor, you need an endocrinologist, you need, a baby fingernail doctor, if that's a thing. You need to find those doctors, and not only that, but then you have to find them that work with your insurance. I mean, you end up going to the doctor, and then you're filling out stuff, and then you find out it doesn't take your insurance, and you're like, okay, you're gonna leave and find another doctor, or just go with it and then pay a bunch of money out of pocket, and that's gonna suck. But yeah, so ZocDoc is it is an app, it is a website that makes all this easier. You can find doctors that are in your network that are available. There's even remote visits available, so you can just hop on. You have a cold or something, you need to talk to a doctor, you can do it entirely remotely, no need to leave in many situations. Other times you'll be able to find a doctor that is in your network, that is covering what you need, has an availability, and you can book it right from the app and take care of all of that. It is amazing how helpful this is. So it is a free app. So ZocDoc is a free app that shows your doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. So go to ZocDoc.com/HKI and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That is ZocDoc.com/HKI. ZocDoc.com/HKI. Thank you again to ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode. Nope, almost made it. I get through an entire ad read and then trip my tongue on the last 2 words. So we're going to round this out here at the end. We want to thank another listener writing in. I'm missing the name on my copied email here. It's Dave. It's Dave, from Indianapolis.
Yeah. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. So Dave's asking about thread diagnostic tools. So he wants to know if his thread stuff is working or not. So he has a Wemo that has thread enabled. He also just got the Level Lock Plus, which is currently using Bluetooth, but will eventually be updated to work over Thread. And he's kind of just wondering how he can kind of see that information. He wants to see which devices are connected to his HomePods and which ones are going to his Apple TV, all via Thread, and wants to know if there's a good diagnostic tool. And the one that I would say is the Eve application. So Faith, we're getting into like the nitty gritty of like details in the HomeKit stuff, but I still think this is fascinating. So in the Eve app, and you go to settings, there's the whole Thread network. So here you can see like the Air Versa AP2 Purell air purifier that is connected to Thread. That's in Harrison's room. You can see that on there. It also acts as a router for Thread and where it's connecting to. I can see in the basement we've got like water guards from Eve, Nanoleaf light bulbs, the ones down there that are all bridging across. We've got Wemo devices. You can see which ones are endpoints, which are relaying information. You can see border routers, which would be your home hubs, like from Apple, like HomePod Mini, Apple TV. This is really neat. So there's still maybe some things like you don't get like maybe a map of everything connected, but you can at least see the devices that are Thread enabled, if they're working, and other diagnostic information like, oh, check this out. So you can see the whole route of where these are all connecting to and everything together, which is really neat. Like Thread is just a mesh network that connects everything. You can see their sleep intervals, capabilities, Thread status, all of that stuff. So if you're looking for Thread diagnostics, the Eve app is probably the one place that I would say to check out if you are interested in that.
They look very organized.
Very organized, Dave.
Yes.
Check it out. Let us know what you think. So I think that pretty much covers it for a week. We got a lot of stuff still to talk about. There's more episodes. We got stuff coming up after the holidays. Faith, are you going to be looking for anything during like Black Friday, like on sale? Is there anything that you want to add to our smart house?
I don't know about the smart house stuff. I can add to the house.
It's true.
I don't know about the smart world, but is there anything you're looking for?
Now, really for the smart house, we need a new vacuum. We have our Roborock
Yes.
that we use frequently, but I think we need a new. We had a Dyson stick vacuum for a very, very, very long time, like 10 years or something, and it finally broke, and we got like a cheap replacement, and then it's garbage at this point.
You can definitely tell the difference, which I was totally cool with like what we had until I started using it more and more, and it's just not doing it for us. So
we need to find a good.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good deal.
Compact stick vac.
Yes.
Maybe a new Dyson or the Samsung bespoke jet vacuums, but
maybe with like a bigger container.
Yeah, if anyone gets any good Black Friday deals, Cyber Monday deals, let us know.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, we'll be around on Cyber Monday, hopefully with some information. But either way, thank you to everyone for listening. All the usual stuff, all your usual calls to action, CTAs here. Check us out at youtube.com/HomeKit Insider. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. Faithers, where can they find you?
Faith O'Hara 89 on Instagram.
Yep. Not on Twitter, just on the Insta.
Just on Insta. I tried Twitter.
Yeah. Give us a 5-star review everywhere that you listen to your podcast. And if you do, we'll give you a call at the beginning of the episode. Thank you again for listening, and we will catch you guys next time.
Bye.